Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, honey. Oh, I mean, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor. We are ready for trial.
We will now hear opening statements from the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Well, honeys, we're here today because a woman is dead. Marissa Edwards was a mother taken away from her child because of the recklessness of this young man, Jim Leahy, who got drunk and decided to drive while still intoxicated. It is time that we put an end to drunk driving, and it starts in this courtroom. There's nobody at fault but the defendants, and we intend to show you darlings that this man deserves your verdict of a guilty sentence. Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you. Does the defense want to give their opening statements?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Your duty today in this courtroom is to stop another life from being ended. Jim Leahy is a handsome young man who made a costly mistake. But this mistake should not take a man's life. One party should not define him. Jim Leahy was the top of his high school class, started on the football and baseball team, and had a scholarship to the New York University. This university failed him as he spiraled down a dark path into alcoholism. This is not the fault of this young man. He never intentionally committed an act of violence. Jim Leahy is a good man.
Defense may rest. Bring up the accused.
Please describe the events of the night in question.
Okay, where do I start? So I was at my friend's frat house party, sending brews left and right. I'll admit it. I've been drinking a pretty good amount, but I didn't feel too wasted. So I decided to get back in my new Jaguar that my dad just got me for a small graduation gift because I had class the next morning and I had to be there. Big test. So party was starting to die out. Had to dip, and that's when I saw my friend Katie Andrews.
Jim, are you driving home? I'm getting an Uber in 10. You can hop in if you want.
Katie, I'll drive my car if I want to.
You're kinda wasted. I don't think you should drive right now.
Katie, I'm fine.
Mr. Leahy, is this you or the liquor talking?
Katie. I am the liquor. I stopped talking to Katie and got in the car. I put the keys in the ignition and started to drive. Next thing I know, I was head-on collision with another car.
The defense rests.
Prosecution's witness now.
The prosecution would like to call Officer Frederick to the stand.
Please describe what you saw have taken place.
I arrived at the scene at approximately 12:13 a.m. I got a call while on duty of a reported car crash. As I arrived, I saw two cars on the scene, shards of glass all over the street, and blood everywhere. I knew this scene was serious, so I immediately called for a backup. As I hung up the phone, I heard sobbing from the debris of one of the cars. I walked over to the noise and found a young boy in the back seat, crying over his mother's crushed body in the driver's seat. The boy had wounds all over his body. When an ambulance arrived, the boy received immediate medical attention and was rushed to the hospital. As soon as the boy was driven off, I walked to the side of the other car and saw a half-conscious, seemingly intoxicated young man in the driver's seat. I helped him out of his car and walked him over to another ambulance on standby. The crushed mother was examined and pronounced dead.
That is all. You may rest.
Your Honor, I'd like to call up Dr. Perry Doofensmertz, Ph.D., the doctor who treated Jim Leahy when he was rushed to the hospital.
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Please tell us about your findings.
When Mr. Leahy arrived at the hospital, we tested his blood alcohol content. The results showed a BAC of 0.12%, far beyond the legal limit. Thus, we came to the conclusion that this accident was in fact the result of drunk driving.
Thank you. You may rest.
Your Honor, I'd like to call up Philip Edwards III, the child of Marissa Edwards.
Hello, young man. Can you tell us about what happened on the night of the incident?
So, we were coming back home after visiting Grandma for her birthday. She lives very far away. I was napping in the ride home when I heard a scream, and then I felt a bang and...
Young man, do you know if you can finish speaking? Can someone please help this young man off the stand?
I'm sorry. Didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mama. I love you. I'm sorry. Didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mama. I love you.